This from XXL Mag. Rick Ross is afraid Teslas will automatically drive him to the police. Ooh. And he actually brings up a good point. I don't know if have you heard this, Greg? Have you seen the video?
I believe it. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if I see this tomorrow.
Yeah, so Rick Ross, obviously, he's been in the game for a long time as a rapper, well-known, guy, has a lot of money, has a lot of cars. He likes cars. And he was actually asked in this interview about electric cars to some extent. I don't know the entire of how it got to where it was, but he said, no, he's like, I may own an electric car, but I will not own a Tesla. I've never ridden in a Tesla. Mm-hmm. And his excuse for it was that he feels like they can be hacked by the government. It's interesting.
Yeah.
So if you go to this video, we can just play this real quick here. And you want to go about
before you play it, show the stop screen, because this man has a perfectly trimmed beard. Look at that
dude,
in the thumbnail.
Yeah.
Look at that.
He's
that
got
is perfectly trim around the mustache. I mean, it's a little off center on the bottom chin there.
No, don't say that. Don't say that. Oh, it is actually. You're right. Rick, come on, buddy.
Come on, man. Come on, dude. For being so prim and proper.
He's got that is a statuesque beard, if you will. But so about 10 seconds into this video is where it starts with him, because the first part's a guy introducing like the show. But if you go to 10 seconds here, and this just kind of gives a quick rundown, like right here, it's fine, of what he's saying. And I do think it's interesting, not just because it's him, but it actually is a thought of like, what could they be capable of?
Okay.
Never in my life. Smart car. I've never ridden in a Tesla, and the reason being is because I've always had in the back of my mind the government could tap into the brain of the car. Yeah. Okay, where's Rick? He's over there. No,
I like how he spits though right here.
Oh shit!
He's really into it.
Where I'm going, yo, it's leaving Wingstop before the wings. You pull up to the building and the Asian walk out. Hey, Rick, what you think it can't?
Yeah, right there, dude. So what he's saying is like, he's like, man, I'm just trying to go to Wingstop, and that shit just takes me to the police station. And the guy gets to the door and says, hey, man, hey, Rick, this is it's the FBI.
Dude, and also when you catch yourself spitting like that, just spit again. I mean, just make it look like you meant to do it, and you keep on doing it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He had a good chunk.
Spit. I'm fucking spit.
He had a good chunk there. But no, here's the real question. Is he wrong? That's the real question.
No, he's not.
I mean,
wrong.
I feel
Have
like
you ever been at a Tesla?
Nope. I mean, I've sat in one.
I've never sat in one.
I've sat in it because they have them at the mall, like the Tesla store at the mall. You can go. My kids love sitting in them. And they're fine. I'm just saying, like, I've never driven in one. And
I feel like we've talked about that before, like the possibility of people just using that technology kind of against you.
Well, I mean, they are just monitoring devices.
Yes.
I mean, the reason why they want to sell you the Tesla is not because of a nice automatic car that's electric. They want the data. Yeah. And it's about getting the data. And then I know we've looked at the guy from Shark Tank that was like, oh, yeah, Tesla's all about data, right?
Yeah.
And everything is monitored. There's like, 7 cameras on that damn car?
Yeah.
One on the dash cam, one for you, one for the doors.
We haven't really
of the car.
talked about this though. That's the thing, is we've talked about, like, do they have capabilities where they could stop your car if you're in a high-speed chase or pursuit?
Well, yeah.
It's the same thing.
I know it is, but I'm saying we've never really discussed the fact that, like, the car could just say,
I'm
you're
taking
going
you
somewhere else. And you're just like, I don't want to go there. And they go, too bad. We got orders that you're going somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like the doors will lock by themselves. It'll just automatically drive you to wherever they want you to go.
Yeah, and then like it would take Chris to Jimmy John's, even though he doesn't want to go there because he doesn't like it, and just pre-orders his food. No, I think like it's funny because he was making funny noises, and it's kind of like, I know people will just be like, oh, Rick Ross, what a funny. No, he's not wrong, bro. Like, there's when it comes to technology and advancements like this, I think that there are people who are looking at the bigger picture saying, hey, I don't really know if I like the whole idea that it could lock the doors and possibly take me somewhere. Mm-hmm. What if they were searching for you? Now, we're looking for Greg. Where is he at? Oh, there he is. He's driving around town right now. Let's just have that thing navigated over to this building right here. We need to talk to him about his hair. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would argue you don't need a Tesla to do that. They can already do that with your phone. They can always do that with all of the automated cameras that are all over the place.
They can drive you with your phone?
No, they could find you.
I don't care about
Oh,
finding.
finding.
I'm
No.
talking about locking your door and then having your car pilot you to a destination.
Yeah.
That-
I mean, it's much quicker.
Yeah. But I mean, then you'd have no control. You just have to try to bust the window out.
Yeah, that's what I'd do.
Hopefully, right?
I'd bust something.
I don't know about these electric cars, man. I got to be real with you. I'll say this. I just watched a video. There's this group called Fast Lane Off Road, and they just bought a couple months back. They bought the new electric Hummer, and they've been messing with it. And on the first day they bought it, it broke down in the middle of the road, and it had major malfunctions. Then he just took it just the other day to Moab and was like, "We're gonna take this thing and check ground clearance and see how well this does off road." The very second, I'm not even joking, it was a second that the front tire came off the ground a little bit, the car shut down.
Really?
And it lost four-wheel drive. It lost the changing wheels, the four-way driving. And he had to basically do a soft restart again. And
So
then
basically,
it's
as
a
soon as
hunk
you
of
get off,
shit.
as soon as you get off road, it's worthless.
It's 9,000 pounds, and it's a hunk of shit.
Well, I mean, isn't it in test mode? Like, aren't they just testing
No,
this? It's not really out for release yet?
No. You can buy them. They're $125,000.
Mm.
They're crazy.
Jesus.
But they don't go off-road. They have 1,000 horsepower, and they fucking malfunction like a mother. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I just...
Yeah, it'd be really shitty if you bought a four-wheel drive electric vehicle and then you couldn't actually use four-wheel drive.
Yeah. And he actually put
Oopsie.
he put larger tires on it because the ground clearance on them sucks. The other thing that it does is it has an automatic ride height adjustment where you can lift it up higher or lower. And he was showing video where he lifted it up and they were like underneath, like, okay, are we scraping here? And the car starts sinking on its own. Like, it's all kinds of messed up. But I'm just saying, Tesla is not, I'm sorry. I think they're a good start, but I'm sticking to it's not there yet. It's not quite there. There's a lot of technology going into these things really fast, and I just don't think that it's there.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of someone kidnapping me in my own car.
No, Rick Ross is onto something, dude. I'm with you, Rick. Reach out. We can have a full discussion about
Well,
this
and
on
they can
Pardon My
even
American.
like drive you off a cliff, right?
Good.
Yeah.
Yes, very well.
Like anybody, if anybody had like a hit on you, they could just be like, and you're just woo.
Yeah.
Can they do that in regular cars right now, though?
No.
Because of the technology?
No.
I don't think
hack
to
your
that
car?
point. Like they wouldn't have control over. I don't think they have control over like steering and shit like that.
A lot of it's electronic now, for sure, but that doesn't mean that you can control it. It's just they could shut your steering off, maybe.
Yeah.
They could shut your brakes off, and you'd be hosed. But as far as controlling it, no, not these. The self-driving has a computer that can actually make those things turn where you need to go and follow directions. That's a different ball game. So they could do stuff to your car now in newer vehicles, but not self-drive you somewhere.
Yeah.
There's no, unless they put a remote system on your car, and they were doing like Mythbusters, and they were just controlling it by remote. So I don't know. I think he's onto something though. I think it's something to look at, and I do think it's a concern. Elon, I mean,
it's fully doable because I can drive my kids' Power Wheels by remote control while they're driving it.
True.
Oh, man.
So anyways, interesting one. Nothing big, but I think it's funny and it's interesting, and it does bring up a good question of like how far could Tesla go with their vehicles or any electric car for that matter. So
Yeah.
on to the next.